Hello, my name is Valeria. Welcome to this water presentation. It's a hydration class that might open up your mind to a new way of seeing how water truly works. I have been drinking this water for about 5 years, and it is my pleasure to share with you all the benefits of alkalized antioxidant water. To begin, I just want to share with you my story, and I have some images actually that I want to share with you. I'll go ahead and share my screen. That way you can have an idea of my story. Here we go. So first of all, let's just go ahead and read this disclaimer. This water does not cure or treat anything. It simply puts the body at ease, and it provides better hydration as well as the proper resources for the body to heal itself. Wonderful. Let's go on to my story. So my story began now close to 5 years ago when I was going through so many changes in my life and stress in my life. As you can see here, my skin was being affected, not just my skin, but my overall health. I lacked energy, my immune system was compromised, I was getting sick very often. And you can see I have tons of pictures. This is July 2016. I couldn't believe that my skin here had tons of makeup on. I had to load up the makeup. My skin was really bad. And I went and visited my sister, and she actually got this water machine, and she said, hey, this water is doing amazing things in people. Why don't you just try it, just drink it, apply it into your skin, and we'll see if it helps you. So I started to do that. I started drinking the water. I would collect the water from her. Then I would apply different pH water into my skin. And to my astonishment, my skin actually started feeling a lot better and looking a lot better. Right here, we have the first week on the water. It was not so inflamed. Second week was still there. Right there was still there, but it was feeling so much better. It was not hurting so much. It wasn't feeling so hot. And the third week, my skin was almost perfect. It was still had a few blemishes, but throughout the following months, as I kept drinking the water and applying it into my skin felt so much better. My energy went up. My immune system got stronger. So I had to research this water, honestly, because it was doing these amazing things into my body. So I started researching it and realized this was the water that I wanted to drink for the rest of my life. So here we go. Let's see why this water is so amazing. Here I am today. My skin is clear. My energy is up. I did get COVID in December last year, but it was like a cold, like a bad cold, and I recovered quickly. So my immune system, I feel, is so much stronger right now that I drink this water. So I can say that changing my water actually did change my life, because without your health, really, you can't fully live a beautiful, happy life. So I'm very glad that my health improved. And now that's what I do, actually teach people about water, about how they can change their lives, how they can save money, help the environment, change their health. And this is my passion, and this is what I want to share with you today. So there are 5 main problems that are affecting us in the world today when it comes to water. And those problems are that there are harmful contaminants in our water, and is very oxidizing. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Most water we drink is acidic. We are improperly absorbing that water. There are pesticides in our water and in our produce, and we have toxicity all around us. And the 5th problem, which is a big problem for me, is all the plastic that is destroying our planet. Like what we can see right here is too much plastic, and it is truly unnecessary. We'll talk about that today as well. All right, problem number 1, oxidation in our water. So what is oxidation? Basically, it's when the cells are aging, they're getting older. Anything when you see a nail is rusted, it looks old, right? Same thing happens to our bodies, and it happens to our cells. So we have oxidation and we have anti-oxidation, meaning what is the opposite of oxidation? Is antioxidants, anti-aging, okay? Anti-inflammatory. Anything that is inflamed means alert, something is not right. And right here, we can see how liquids actually, we can test their power to be oxidizing or antioxidant. So we're going to do a chemical test, and we're going to use this special little monitor right here in front of me. It's called an ORP meter, meaning oxidation reduction potential meter. And we're going to place it in different liquids, and we'll see if these liquids are antioxidant or oxidizing. If the number is positive, very oxidizing. If it is negative, it's antioxidant. So just remember that. And so how can water be antioxidant? Well, actually, it's not that complicated to understand. We have a free radical. Free radicals, I don't know if you've heard of free radicals, but free radicals actually are molecules that are missing an electron. They're free radicals all around us. Actually, they become free radicals when they enter our body. All the toxicity from food, from water, from phones, from pollution, they become free radicals. So we need to fill our bodies with what? With antioxidants. Why? So let's move this over here to the side. An antioxidant, it is a molecule that has a lot of those electrons. They're going to donate those electrons to the free radicals that are going around causing all sorts of free radical damage, trying to find a pair, okay? And they're trying to become a stable molecule. So we need to pour all these antioxidants into our body that could help make those cells healthier. And that's exactly what antioxidant water does. It's called molecular hydrogen water. Why? Because that hydrogen is actually a natural antioxidant. It's a very tiny, tiny gas that provides those antioxidants, and it helps in so many things in the body. It helps get that body stable and ready. So obesity, problems, cardiovascular problems, radiation effects, all these things that affect our bodies. So they can actually diminish, and they can help us by drinking our water. It will help us feel a lot better because our body heals itself. Okay, the problem number 2 is our water is too, right there, ta-da, acidic. So our body is too acidic. We're gonna do some chemical tests, and we're gonna check the pH of different brands of water, okay? So why is acid not good for you? Because when there's acid in the body, there's no oxygen. And when it is alkalinity, when it's alkalizing, we can have more of an aerobic environment, healthier cells. It feeds the cells with oxygen. When it is too acidic, the cell is lacking oxygen, and it makes the cells a lot sicker, okay? So that's why alkalinity is good for you. So this is an alkalinity chart. Remember these colors. If it is yellow or orange, we're talking about more of the lower pH. And if it is more of the purple or blue, it is the pH that we want to see. Okay, so we don't want to see yellow, orange. We want to see blue or purple. Okay, so now I will stop my share, and we are going to bring up our test right here. So I have it ready for you. We have the cups ready, and we are going to have a variety of different liquids. I got some just of the popular brands that people use, like Kroger or Kirkland brands, similar. I've tested them all. Now this one, we're going to do this one. Okay. We are going to do maybe core. And we have room for our Kangen water. All right. So what we're going to do first, we're going to check for the antioxidants in these waters, okay? So what was an antioxidant? If we remember, an antioxidant, it's a molecule that will donate those electrons to the free radicals. Basically will make a molecule stable, right? So that is an antioxidant. And what numbers do we want to see right here? We want to see negative numbers because antioxidants have a negative charge. Electrons are electrically charged negatively. So that's what we want to see. Okay, so here we have 5 different samples of water. What we're going to do now is take handy dandy ORP meter, and we're going to go turn it on really quick. There we go. We're going to go with our first one right over here. So what do we see? What number do we see? We're more in the 200, 280 or so. Then right here, we're going to go to the Dasani. Hold on. We're going to go to the Dasani. And what number do we see? Oof, 318, I think it says 320. Let's go to the Sprite or any soda. Oh my goodness, can you see the number? It jumped to 480. 480. Let's see the core. It's going down a little bit. Core, man, it's going down a little more. Goodness. Seems that it's gonna just usually goes down to maybe 350, 280, something like that. So it's gonna keep going down a little bit. Okay, and now let's go to that Kangen water. Wow, it's starting to go negative, right? Oh my gosh, what number is that? Minus 670, minus 680. You see the minus in front of it? That means it's a negative number. It's an antioxidant, minus 670. That is amazing. That actually a water can be antioxidant, and that is the proof. And now we're gonna check the alkalinity. Remember those colors? Gonna put a little bit of these pH drops right here. And we're gonna see those colors turn for us. So right here we have kind of like a yellow, and more yellow. Right here we have orange. So yellow and orange was what we didn't want to see. We have more of a light blue and a beautiful purple. So what does this mean? Okay, it means all these 3 liquids are super acidic. So if you're drinking Dasani all day, or Kroger brand or Costco brand, you are acidifying your body throughout the day. And we're already getting so much acidity from food and toxicity. So these ones are very, very acidic. Then we have the more expensive like Core, there's Essentia, there's some alkaline waters out there. Actually, basically, I'll be honest, save your money, because basically what these waters are, it's just reverse osmosis water. That's what these waters are, reverse osmosis, that they added some minerals. If you look at the back of these waters and the ingredients, is like sodium bicarbonate, it has magnesium, something. So it has some minerals in there that helps the water be a little bit more alkaline, but in the long run is not the best thing that you can add to your body. Sometimes it could even cause some stones. So that's why it is basically the alkalinity is added. Then we have our Kangen water. The alkalinity that comes from Kangen water is through an electrical charge. So basically it's taking the molecules and it's restructuring the water naturally. So that means that it doesn't have any additives to it. So that's the way when you find alkalized water in nature, it is naturally alkaline, and that it is the best way to drink your water without those additional additives in there. So we're gonna put this away, but before we do that, let me show you something quite interesting. What happens if we are acidic and we add some delicious alkaline water? Oh goodness, that one doesn't even change to our body. Actually, this soda is so acidic that will require about 10 of these to alkalize 1 cup of water. That tells us that the acidity in soda, it is crucial. Imagine if you can clean engines and all that with Coke, that tells us, you know, how bad it is for our bodies. So we're gonna put this away, and we are going to be learning a little bit about absorption. Before we do that, I'll show you another trick. What if we are alkaline and we decide to indulge in this type of beverages throughout the day? We are going to have a very, very acidic, even if I mix this, we're going to have a very acidic environment. Very, very much an acid to our body. Okay, now we're going to go on to, we're going to start sharing again. We're going to talk a little bit about the absorption, okay? So here we go. So I hope you're enjoying this presentation. There's a lot of information right there. It's giving us some samples of different types of beverages. You can see essential, and those are so expensive. Imagine drinking that, the whole family drinking that, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, costs more than gasoline. One bottle of essential, I think it's like $2 or something. It's just crazy. But anyway, so restructured alkalized water. These are some of the benefits: weight loss, detoxification, pH balance, bone health, hydration, heart health, energy, and endurance. And here, Dr. Otto Warburg, he actually won the Nobel Prize in 1931 when he discovered that cancer grows in oxygen-deprived acidic tissue. Disease cannot live in an alkaline body. That's why it's very, very important to alkalize our bodies, okay? So that is very, very important. Now we're gonna move on to the problem number 3, which is low absorption. When we're drinking water, sometimes doesn't it happen that you're drinking water and you feel like very full and that it's like the water is just, you know, just sitting there? That's because a regular water cluster, it has 15 to 26 molecules. Kangen water, the one that I showed you that was antioxidant, it only has 5 or 6. That means, what does that mean? That your body can absorb it super, super quick, very quickly. And now we're gonna do another test. So I'm going to stop the share again. On here I can with you again. And we're just gonna use just a simple tea bag. And I know my tea bag is right over here with us. Here's my tea bag. Just got lost among all those bottles. Okay, here I just have some, basically some green tea. And we're going to test it. Green tea, when you're making tea, what you do first? You boil the water, you heat it or heat up the water. Okay, have you ever made green tea with just cold Dasani water? Well, let's check it out. Let's see what happens. Okay, so when we use our Dasani water, I guess it's not making any tea, right? Let's give it a little bit of a help right there. Nothing. Okay, so it's not making any tea. Now we're going to check the power of Kangen water, and we're going to see what it does to this tea. Wow, and this was cold. It's not hot or anything at all. So we're gonna give it a little help right there. And look, you can actually make tea with cold water. Why? Let's pretend this is a tissue in your brain or your digestive system or your organs or your liver. Those cells need hydration. And those molecules are so tiny that it can go through the tea and it can break it down basically, and it can pull out the tea just instantly. That's why when you drink this water, you feel like an instant hydration. It goes to your brain. Your brain is hydrated. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing for those skepticals that think, well, you know, it was wet or whatever. So you can see regular water does not pull the tea at all. It just doesn't do a thing. It does not hydrate the body like this amazing antioxidant water hydrates. So pretty cool, huh? So let's go back to our slide. We're gonna see why it works. So right there we have the absorption. The human body actually is about 70 to 75% water. So that's why it's very important the type of water that we actually put into our bodies. I have thoroughly enjoyed drinking this water every day, and I've shared with my whole entire family. Okay, so the answer, what's the answer? We have these problems. We talk about two problems. One is the water is very oxidizing, like we could see is aging us. Second, it is very acidic. So we found a solution, alkalized water. And so the answer is this company called Enagic. Enagic is a company that is over 47 years old. It started in Okinawa, Japan. And this is our line of products, starting with the K8. That's the unit that I personally own. And we have different units. We even have right here on top, I'll show you, we have our shower unit that is very great as well. And how did it all start? What was the inspiration? The inspiration to create this device was a study by scientists across the world. There are some special waters that actually people line up to collect that have therapeutic effects. So people claim that it has helped them. So scientists were very intrigued to see what is in this water. So they started to study these waters, and they realized that the water had certain properties. And these properties are, first, it was antioxidant. So it had a negative charge. Second was that had a higher pH, was more alkalized. And third, they noticed that it was microcluster. Those molecules were grouped in a smaller little clusters so you could get better absorption. So they realized that those therapeutic waters, those properties were the ones that were helping people feel better. And so what happened? This technology was created. The Kangen water machines or water ionizers. This company actually, they are the leaders in the ionizer world. They are the ones that created the golden standard, the best of the best. All the parts, they're made by the same person from the time when they're put together. The same person puts together all the parts on each device, and they are made with such craftsmanship that their lifespan is 25 to 30 years. So it's an investment that you make for many, many, many years to come, and the company backs up their product. This is the machine. It has a carbon filter that filters the water first, and then through electrolysis, what it does, it basically gives the water an electric charge, and it restructures the molecules of water. It has plates. They have solid plates. They are titanium covered in platinum, and the water goes up and down through these solid plates and kind of mimicking nature, right? Receives that charge, and then it disassociates that water, and we can receive this amazing alkalized antioxidant water that is changing lives and the health of so many people around the world. So right here is the K8 is the one I have. It has the LCD display, and this device, if it just gave us water, I would be so happy. Water to drink. But not only is giving us water to drink, but also it has 7 types of waters. waters for different kinds of things. So we have 3 pHs. We have 8.5, 9, and 9 and 9.5, as well as 7. So we have four pHs that they are the ones for drinking water. So first you start with 8.5, you get your body used to that because it's very detoxifying. And then every 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be moving up to your next level of alkalinity until you can reach the 9.5. The one that I drink right now is 9.5 because it's very rich in antioxidants. But if you have babies or dogs, smaller dogs, you can give them the 7.0 water, which is clean water. And if you're taking medications, you want to take it with that one. Also, we have a pH 6. Is beauty water. I love beauty water because this one, like I'm doing right now, I'm spraying in my skin. You can spray it in your hair. This water acts as a natural toner. Your skin has a pH of about 6.0. It's slightly acidic. So the water that you want to use in your skin, you want it to be more in that pH range, about 6.0. So it's great, and I use it all the time. I wash my face with it every single day in the morning and at night. So it's wonderful, and it has other uses. It's perfect too to clean your mirrors. So no more Windex. It's so toxic. You don't want to be smelling that stuff. You want to use your beauty water to make everything shiny, like your fridge, anything that you want shine, like your floors. You can use the 6.0 beauty water, and I always bring it with me in my purse. I absolutely love it. And then the other 2 waters, we have 2 right here. It's the 2.5 and the 11.5 waters. 2.5 is an antibacterial water, and 11.5 is the degreaser water. Depending on the pH of the water, you can use it for different things. If it has a lower pH, it's going to be antibacterial. And the way I do it, I'll show you. I collect the water and I put it in a black container like this. And you can actually even use it to sanitize your hands. You can use it to sanitize your counters, your kids' toys, everything, because this water is basically hypochlorous acid, pH 2.5. It's a type of acid that actually kills virus and bacteria, but it has no toxicity left behind. You can use it to clean your dog stuff. You know, dogs are on the floor, they're licking stuff. Kids are licking stuff too when they're little. You can clean your counters with it. You can actually gargle with these. If you have a sore throat, you can gargle with this water. It's incredible. There are machines that only make hypochlorous acid. They cost thousands of dollars. And this machine can make this particular type of acid that they can use it sometimes in some restaurants. They clean and sanitize, and it goes through the inspections, and it's FDA approved that it goes through the inspection and it kills virus and bacteria in restaurants, and they use it in cruise ships, in places like that. So it's very, very, very safe. And the degreaser water is this one right over here. So I have it in my black container too. This one is the kind of water that you can use for anything that you need to emulsify oil. So if you have, you know, anything in the oven, if you want to clean greasy stuff, then you want to use your 11.5. And also the 11.5 is great at cleaning your fruits and vegetables. It acts as a pesticide remover. And why does it work? It works, you know why? Because pesticides are oil-based. So when you use just regular water, it doesn't strip off all the pesticides. It doesn't do it. So what you need to do, you need to use something that is non-toxic, because talking about food, that could strip away the oil, needs to emulsify or get that oil out. And then is what this special water comes into place. So I'm gonna do a stop share, and I wanna show you something that's actually quite interesting. And this is what I'm gonna do. I have 2 cups right here. Maybe I'll bring my handy dandy helper display right over here. Let's see if that helps. Okay, so I'm going to have, and I want to show you this because it's super interesting. So I have just some toasted sesame oil, And I'm going to put a little bit of this oil right here in two exactly same cups. So what happens, you just take your tap water, right? You take your tap water and you're washing your produce and all that. What happens? You can, what can you see in there? The oil is just floating. Nothing is happening. It's not emulsifying oil or doing anything. Basically, the oil will rise to the top. They're not going to mix. It will not remove it. Nothing will happen if you just use regular water. But now we're going to use my Enagic degreaser water, which is your 11.5 degreaser water. And let me show you what happens to this oil. It's really cool. I don't know if you can see it, but it basically what it does, it emulsifies the oil. And that emulsification means that it will get rid of those pesticides that you have in your fruits and vegetables. So it won't just sit there, but it will actually strip and clean them away. So that when I saw that, I thought that was an amazing, see the difference? This is emulsified and this one is just sitting there. Basically, in this one, it breaks down the molecules of oil. So an amazing demonstration right there. And that's what is going to clean your fruits and vegetables. So you have a device that not only gives you drinking water, it gives you toner for your skin. It's giving you antibacterial water. It's going to clean your counters. It's going to clean your hands. It's going to clean toys. It's going to clean your whole entire bathroom, your house. It's giving you degreaser water that not only is going to clean your fruits, your vegetables, going to strip those pesticides out, but it's also going to clean your carpet. I actually used to, as a makeup remover, I don't spend any more money, makeup remover. So it's the type of water that you always want to have around. So the best thing is that you can replace all this stuff. You can carpet cleaner, you have your antibacterial cleaner, you have your degreaser cleaner, all these cleaners that we are buying. This is very, very toxic for your health. It's creating these free radicals. So what we need to do is get rid of all these, plus all this unnecessary plastic. You're throwing away all this plastic into the environment. So instead of spending money in this toxic stuff, then you can just collect your waters and you can clean without any toxicity everything. That's what I've been doing. And you just use a very simple reusable bottle where you can put your degreaser water, your antibacterial water. I take my little beauty water that I clean my mirrors and so forth. So it's incredible. It's just a life-changing. This is your next kitchen appliance. Everyone is going to own one of these. And I'm so blessed to be one of the first here in the US. In Japan, 1 every 3 people own one. They are more into prevention. Their mentality is about prevention, it's about taking care of the environment. Here in America, we're just learning. We're opening up our minds to what it could be possible for us. And this device, honestly, it is making our lives a lot easier, toxic-free, and healthier. So let's go back here. I'm gonna share one more time. Let's share my screen, and we're going to see a couple of other things and show you a couple of other things. So we have contaminants in our water. As we know, tap water comes from water has been recycled, and they put tons of chlorine in the water, and there are pesticides in our water. So that's why there are pesticides in our water, there's pesticides in our food, and that's why it's so important to clean that out. So let me go back to that. I want to show you something in regards to the pesticides. Something that is actually, when you think about it, it just makes you almost sick. But right here I have some tap water, and I want to show you. So I have some tap water. I'm going to put some of my Kangen water maybe right over here. And we're going to see what happens when we put, so this is the tap water right here. Let's see what happens when I put some chlorine drops. We're going to put some chlorine drops right here. I'm going to put a few chlorine. If it turns yellow, it means that it has pesticides. And we're gonna put some in this one as well, okay? It's doing its thing, and I'll show you. Okay, so we put some drops in both of them, okay? So let's see. You cannot see it very well right there, so I'm gonna put this white behind it. So right there, and right here. So I don't know if you can see through the camera very well, but this one is almost bright yellow. So right there is bright yellow. You can see this one is clear because it has no chlorine. This one is full of chlorine. So it's all yellow, full of chlorine, as you can see. See right there? Now let's see what happens. Put it right here. When we add, or when we're washing, because this is what we use to usually clean our fruits, our vegetables, and so forth. This is just, let's put in some lemon. Let's see what happens when we clean our produce in tap water that has all these chemicals and chlorine. I'm gonna take this out now, and let's see what's behind. Right now, guess what? All that chlorine, all that is not in the water anymore. Where is it? It's in our food. So when we're washing our produce with this type of water, not only we're adding all these chemicals, all these extra chlorine and all that stuff, and especially if you're cooking with tap water. If you're cooking with tap water, it doesn't go away when you heat up tap water. Chemicals don't go away. Some people think that because you're heating up the water, you're killing the bacteria or whatever. There's no bacteria in water. It already is killed by all the chemicals, the ammonia, the chlorine. So when we're cooking, like you're making soup, you're making pasta, you're making rice, and you're adding the tap water, basically you are loading your food with extra toxicity, with all this chlorine and all these contaminants. So this is something to think about. So imagine if you had to fill up, with Dasani, a big pot of soup or so forth, it can get super expensive, right? So then it's the benefit of having a device that gives you unlimited amounts of healthy therapeutic water that you can do all these things with. So I love that. I use mine. It's like washing your fruits and vegetables with like essential water. That's how I feel when I'm washing. I wash and I do everything with my machine. So imagine when I'm doing my produce, I'm cleaning it with them and I'm soaking it in my 11.5, getting all those pesticides out. It's awesome. All right, I'm very passionate about it, as you can see. Okay, so we're gonna finish it up. So we talked a little bit about all the different problems, and now we're going to the pesticides in our water, in our environment. And the problem number 5 that I'm super passionate about, my friends, this is something from the past. This has to go. This just makes my whole skin, my body cringe to think that because of a single use of a bottle that is completely unnecessary, is the convenience of having a bottle for us to drink, is polluting our environment. For every bottle that we throw into our environment, this doesn't go away. It has to occupy space, and it's not necessary. So using reusable bottles is my passion and my call to people. Something like this, you can use stainless steel or glass. Those are the best ones to use, or a BPA-free plastic. But I save thousands and thousands of plastic bottles into the environment. So my pledge and my prayer is that we can change our mentalities and change the way we drink our water. Because if we change the way we drink our water, we can definitely make a difference. We can be a solution and not a problem in this huge problem of plastic toxicity. It goes into the oceans, then the fish get polluted by it, then we eat the fish, and it's a big problem for humanity. So my prayer and my mission is for me to help families get a device that now we can have the best water for cleaning, less toxicity for you, better health, less expensive, and also to be able to clean our oceans and help our environment. So that's my prayer. Okay, so before Kangen, it shows all these, and after Kangen, it shows the oceans clean. And you have choices. You can take the modern approach, which is just the regular approach, like the, sickness and how do you cure sickness with medicine, or we can take a natural approach, which is prevention and reversal. We can actually be proactive about our health, and that is true healthcare. Healthcare is when we take charge. Water is a very important part of our health, as well as our exercise and also the food intake, the quality of food that we eat every day. Those things are essential to our health. Enagic is a leader in global health. Like I said, it's 45 plus year old. They are original equipment manufacturers, and they're the leaders in ionizers. They have global offices all over the world, and they're just here to bless people's lives. It has beautiful offices everywhere, and I visited some of them, and they're gorgeous. And it's a company that has our health in mind, and they have tons of different prestigious certificates that show the quality of this product. And so just, I'm sure you're gonna go Googling ionizers. There are many ionizers that came out after Enagic, and they're built in different parts of the world. And many times I don't like to speak badly about any company, but the truth is that when we're talking about water and health and quality, the quality of your ionizer is super important because you're dealing with water. Some of these ionizers are not made with the right type of materials, and as water goes through them, it starts dissolving the metals in it, and people are getting sick. And most people, when they buy some of these devices, they only last a couple of years. They always come back to our company. Many of our distributors have their garages full. They do a trade out full of these other ionizers that don't work. They break easily, and they don't provide the quality of water that our families deserve. So if you have any questions about these, I'm more than happy. Some third-party companies are selling our Enagic devices in Amazon, so forth, and those are not, if you're not buying it from a certified distributor, the warranty is not valid. So, and you don't know exactly what's inside the machine. Sometimes there's trade out because they have precious metals, so they can be trade out inside. So that's very, very important to get the best quality for your family. Here again, the words and certifications, they're too many to count, and they're used. This is an actual medical device used in over 600 hospitals in Japan, and they have the high standards. So if they're used in hospitals, you know that you will be very proud to have and to be the proud owner of an Enagic device in your home. And why Kangen, we talked about, it makes 7 different types of water, not only for drinking waters, but also waters for your whole entire health, and also to clean your whole entire house. And it has a 20 to 40 year life expectancy. So this is an investment for the rest of your life. We talked a little bit about my precious beauty water and what it can do for you. It's a natural toner. You have the 2.5 strong acid water that kills, and we have certificates where it shows all the virus and bacteria that it kills. It's incredible. I have a whole book that teaches how to use all the waters. And like what we talked about, the 3 main things is antioxidation, alkalinity, and microclustering. Basically, you can absorb this water better. We have lots of doctors that back up our device, like Dr. Shinya. He is one of the doctors that created the colonoscopy, and he has tested hundreds of patients when they drink Kangen water, how it cleans the colon, and it helps digestion if you have acid reflux and things like that. This is the kind of water that you want for your health and your most likely for your digestive health. So right here are the different investment options. Paid in full, right here are the prices. And also we do have financing for $54 to $55 a month. You can own the Rolls Royce of all our devices, which is the K8. Imagine if you think about how much money you're spending now in water and you're spending in cleaning supplies and so forth, it's a lot. And for $54, zero down, if you have somewhat good credit, we can get you financing, but there are other options too that we can help you finance your machine. So you just pay monthly payments and you can see yourself owning one of these devices. Like I did when I purchased mine, I was going through a divorce, but I knew that I wanted this for my health. So I found a way to get it. I found a way, and even though celebrities and sports teams, celebrities, singers, actors, they own, this is a type of water like Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, all these people actually own and they drink Kangen water because they know it's the best. Jennifer Lopez, and I'm Valeria, and I own one too. So, and I know that this is the best for my health. So these are the different units, the most popular units, and I'm more than happy to show you all the different financing options. And also we have in-house financing options as well that I can share with you. And this is just a simple cost comparison in about a 15-year cost. And people say, oh, it's too expensive, but compared to what is expensive? If you compare it to, let's say, drinking Dasani, Aquafina, Fiji, Avion, Arrowhead, Sparklets, home delivery, here you can see in 15 years what is truly expensive, right? So the amount of money we're going to throw away in water, and water that doesn't really work, that is not good for you, that you cannot use to clean your house, that you cannot use to clean your fruits and vegetables and to put in your skin, you're spending 3, 4, and even 10 times more than you'll be spending in one of these devices in the long run. So the investment is truly worth it. It has changed my life. Also, the company does give you thank you checks when you refer someone to us. It will give you a thank you check. So in many instances, that thank you check helps people pay for their own machines. So when you invite people to a presentation just like this one, the company, and they purchase one of these devices, the company sends you a thank you check. And look at what is happening nowadays. Water really is something that it has become a problem. So it's peace of mind to know that I have these unlimited amounts of water in my own home, and that is always ready for me to drink and to provide, not just for myself, but also for my friends and my family. So join the No More Plastic movement. Say no to plastic. What kind of plastic? Not just the drinking bottles that are really not good for you at all, but also these plastic bottles are unnecessary. We can make our own cleaners, and we can help the environment as well. That's my prayer, and it is my mission, and why, this is my big why I do what I do. Let's be a part of the solution and not the problem. The only answer for me is Enagic. The only answer for me is to drink Kangen water. There is no other option for me, and I've been doing so for 5 years, and I will continue doing that for the rest of your life, for my life. I've honestly seen so many differences, and I know that when you start drinking the water, you will too. So this is my presentation today. It has been a pleasure. This is my invitation. If you would like to learn more, if this is a yes, this is for me, I'm more than happy to assist you in getting your own device and talk to you about the different financing options. And yes, you might say yes, but I have some questions. I'm more than happy to answer those questions, or you can also ask the person who invited you to this presentation as well. It has been my pleasure to share this presentation with you. Thank you so much. And remember that your health is an investment, not an expense. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And I invite you to change your water and change your life. Thank you so very much. And like I said, if you have any questions, we're here to help. Have a wonderful day.